CSS battle time. Let's do it. Half circle and a block. I'm gonna do a gradient again. I'm gonna do gradients again. I'm so sorry. I think we just need a body. Here's or the HTML and body elements. Here's what I'm thinking. HTML is going to be this block, and then the body I'm going to try to like scale -1, like invert it or something. I don't know if that'll change because it's a background. That might not actually change anything. So yeah, I can't box reflect it because it's flipped and mirrored, you know. I could possibly change the direction and location with a couple of variables. So that's also a thing, because what I'm thinking, sorry, I don't think I even explained this. Linear gradient, so it blocks over, right? And it's just a line and then transparent. And then we have a radial gradient on the bottom half that's this circle thing, and then that does the rest of it. This border is going to be problematic too, because the linear, you know, but I think I can either do an actual border for the elements, and then that should just fall into place. I'll have to do different border widths or do some negative margin on the sides. Not a big deal. Yeah, and so this will be the HTML element. It'll be like a line and a circle, and then we'll cover it over with the body element, but we'll margin it so that the things look like that. Right? Unless I do it the other way around. That might actually be better, because then we just have a single flip as far as location and everything. It's just side to side movement, not anything else. Yeah, I might do that. Will it be the same doing it the other way? It might be. Okay. Let's just start typing and find out, right? This might all go bad real quick, and then I can do something different. Something I'm going to do first, so I'm not getting confused, is to get rid of the body's background, or at least hide it for me, so that when I'm styling the HTML, I'm not getting confused as to positioning and everything. All right, radial gradient first. Let's do the linear gradient first. I think it's going to be on top anyways. I don't think it really matters on this because they don't overlap per se. We're going to say 90 degrees because we want it to go to the right. We're going to do this color, and it's going to be 75 pixels, right? And then we're going to do transparent, and we're just that alpha for the 0 is what does it. Okay, so we need a bit more than 75. We're at like 125. More? 135? Yeah, 135. Oh, it's going to be like 130, and then we're going to, let's see what happens when we, margin won't do anything, but border 10 pixels solid. Give it a space, solid. And then give it the white. This seems... Okay, that shrink everything in. Oh, because the border went on the body as well. So let's go, actually here. This is what we'll do. We'll change this later. We'll just do that. There we go. Okay. So for the top, it's more than 10? Yeah, it's more than 10. It's more like 20. And then the sides, yeah, there we go. All right, what I'm going to do is margin. Top is going to be 0, and then -5. Did that move anything? Let's see. Let's change it. Oh, yes, it does move things. 10, 15. There we go, and we're sitting pretty. Was that the most efficient way to get this edged like that? I don't know if edged is the right word for that, bordered. Because I have to do border and margin to do that. A box shadow inset would have the same issues and it'd be even more characters, so. Yeah, alright. I'm going to say that's good. I'm just going to go with it for now. Alright, and then let's get our radial gradient going. Radial gradient, our 1Q trick to make it a circle. We're going to do this white and 100 pixels. And then we're going to hit comma. We're going to do this. We're going to hit 0 and 125 pixels. And then we're just going to go, I think we can go transparent. We might actually need to do this white color. Let's keep doing the white color just to save ourselves any headache of getting that somewhere else. Okay, we're going to do the at and 200 pixels. I think I just need to do this one. So let's go actually to 80 VW. Nope, not 80. 60, 70. Yeah, this might not be fine-grained enough for me to get it in place. In which case I'll just go to pixels. It's about right. Needs to be a bigger circle. Hey, okay, I like it. All right, let's just shrink this one down. 75, 80. There we go. We have our circle. So we have our circle, we have our block. Now do you see how when the body comes in, we flip the location of these things? Like instead of 65 VW, I can do 5 or 30 or whatever it is to position on the left side of the screen. And then instead of 90 degrees, I could do 180. Let's see. Let's actually take all of this. This is going to be easier than writing in the vars, I think. And hold on, what's happening here? Okay, there we go. Okay, got a little too much there. All right, we are stacked. Let's go 180, not 180. With 270? Okay, all right. Now the white of the circle, oh, I gotta margin this down. Top is 100. Left to right is 0, and the bottom is 0. Okay. What do we got going on here? Oh yeah, I gotta move this to like 30. Control Z. I don't know how I selected all of this in one go like that. Control Z again. Okay, all right. Why is the top one now settling down instead of staying up above? That's the real interesting question. All right, so 0. I mean, I can set the height, you know, like I can do it like that. This margin is not working on the bottom anymore. Oh, because I have star. There we are. Okay, there we go. That's what was happening. That's what was happening. Let's get rid of this. Because I just did a star selector, I was selecting both elements at the same time. Let's go ahead and turn this back into the star, and then we can do the plus star. There we go. And then we have a border all the way around on this one that I don't want. I think the body I can just use margin to shape it and hide that border. So we will actually want border. I might just do it in an and selector so I don't have to unset it. It's the only thing I want just on the HTML, and then everything else, or the border and the margin maybe, I'll select over to the HTML. Right now, what I'm dealing with is everything's, oh, it's got a border on it. Yeah, okay, let's just do that right now. Let's get that moved over. So let's give an and selector, and that'll just get the HTML element at that position. We'll take this off there and put it here. All right. So my bottom margin is still having issues. My bottom border is overflowing now. Oh, I probably need a position fixed. All right, and then I also need to set the height on this bottom, because this radial gradient set to the center vertically, and so I need to actually shift it up. And then I need to shift it down, or I need to shift it up here too. What did I realize was the issue with that? It's because this was getting selected. So we don't have a border on the body. There's a lot of errors to fix with this. It's going to get a lot cleaned up too once I get this working, because I'm just going to be changing the degrees and then these positioning elements here. But this bottom margin, -15, nope, 1.5. No, why is our bottom border not showing up for, that's right, I already went over this. The body has a large margin. That large margin is forcing the HTML element to grow, and because I have it pushed down, it's pushing out the bottom. So to fix that, I need a position fixed, or else it's going to want to take up the full. Could I do a height and a width? And then I have to translate in margin anyways. So let's do a, well, if I did a height, a set height, and then just a top margin, that would be less than adding position fixed, right? So let's say top, and then we go our height. I don't ever set height. I'm always using padding, but this might actually be pixels. There, yeah, okay, there. We have a set height. So now it's not overflowing and forcing down that. Okay, are we back in line? We're back in line. All right. That is a happy day. 150, 160. Now we will have to, okay, my top margin needs some work. 120. And we're going to have to do these in tandem together. Needs to come up a little bit more, or go down a little bit more. It needs to go down more. 130. There we go. And then we'll change our height to 130. Okay, we're in the right height. And we have this one fixed. We just need to change our radial gradient positioning. And it's going to be like -50 pixels. And we have to do a space on this one. The negative isn't a limiter. Okay, that's too far up. 0, -10. Oh, okay. Maybe it just needs to be 0, and then we need to get this one right. Alright, I think I need to go to pixels on this side. I'm going to go to pixels, 50 pixels. It's not really that, oh, 100, 150, 140, 130. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's a lot of green lines here. There might need to be some tweaking. Let's just hit submit, and then we'll start going to vars. Variables. Let's see where we're at. 100%. Love it. Happy day. Okay, so you are going to be var, let's open it, -- degrees, comma, close that, custom property. We're going to come down here and we're going to go -- d is going to be now 270 degrees. Everything's going to break until, oh, it's not broken. Okay. And then here we are going to wrap yeah, both of these properties have to change. So I am going to wrap this one in, I don't know why I closed it first this time. What are we going to call this? Dash dash P for position. Hit a comma. And then we're going to go dash dash P is now going to be 130 at 0. Control C, Control V, developer's favorite friend. 0 does not need pixels on it. I wonder, do I have to declare the 0? Let's comment out. Why is that not working? Hello. I can't highlight this. My mouse won't work while I'm clicked. Come on, computer. Stay with me here. It's not working. I'm going to have to turn this thing off and on again. Okay. There we are. Control slash. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. I do need the 0. And that's all working. Okay, so we should be at 100% again. Good thing we know the triple click. Do I need pixels on height? Whoa. I do not need pixels on height. Where else can we clean things up? Not seeing it, just right here. That is pretty sweet. And what's cool about having another non-nested selector is you can actually delete that semicolon and then you have a selector, so you don't really lose much. You even out on characters with that between nesting or not nesting. Let's minify and see what we get. I'm pretty happy with this. I like this solution. I mean, a block is probably less than that linear gradient is. The radial gradient, I did 3 blocks, but do we need this last one? Yes, we do. Okay. And everything's looking pretty great. Let's hit submit at 238 characters. That seems high. This still seems high. This was clever, but I don't think it's the best. I think doing some brute force with like a border might be even better. And I feel like you could even play tricks with the border width between these two elements and then do like a scale -1 or something with them. No, I don't know. I'm always insecure about my solution. It was fun though. Let's just leave it at that and take the win. Hope you had fun. See you tomorrow, like always.